Hey everybody out there, how are you doing today? As you can probably hear, maybe seeing the reflection there of the glass, it's about to start storming. So I figured what kind of a better backdrop for a story time than today. That's right folks, it's story time. We're going to do another homicide-suicide cleanup story since I can't seem to get a break from the weather to do any grilling. But grillers, stay tuned. We are going to be doing the ultimate corned beef Reuben whenever this weather decides to give us a chance to go outside and smoke. I may just start smoking up here on the porch. I don't know. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The story I'm going to be telling you today is about the brain. So I'm going to title this one because it was one of the most disturbing and odd cleans I've ever had. Basically, there was two kids playing with a gun. And before we start this, let me say to everyone out there, even if you know your gun is discharged and you have no clip, still never point that gun at another human being. Sorry everybody, my neighbors came out here to see the storm. Now that that's over with, we'll go back to the story. So, everybody, get on your biosuits, mask up, and get ready to dive into another homicide-suicide cleanup. Okay, the way this happened was, these two kids, I think they were off that day. Boy, that was a loud one. They were off that day. Kind of fitting for the story. They were off that day of school. They were hanging out downstairs. Well, one of them figured out where Dad kept the gun. So they pulled the gun out, and they were looking at it, checking it out, stuff, playing with it. You know, all the stuff you probably shouldn't be doing if you don't properly know how to handle a gun. But they went and did it anyway. Well, they thought it was unloaded. So his friend, mind you, like best friend since childhood, probably screwed him up for life, by the way. You know, he aimed the gun at his friend, and he said he didn't intend to pull the trigger. But apparently the trigger was pulled, and killed his best friend. Bullet went right through here and right out the other side. And once again, I'm no scientist. I don't know how much blood is exactly in a human head, but it's a lot. It's a whole lot. So me and my dad get suited up, masked up, pull the hoods down, zip up. We even tape up our gloves to the suit because we know this is not going to be an easy clean by no means. So we go down there. There's literally blood everywhere. All over the walls, all over the ceiling, all over the floor. Every piece of furniture that is down in that basement is covered in blood. Everything. And of course, it's been a couple of days, so the blood has already permeated and saturated the walls, the wood. At this point, everything has to go. So me and my dad, we start yanking out all the sheetrock, all the tile, all the furniture. There was this one, it was a sock monkey that was sitting on the couch. And I guess it was the kid's childhood, toy. And he still kept it as a teenager. Normally my dad would have said, no, we're throwing this away, but my dad being my dad, the mom was like, I really want to keep this. So my dad did his best to clean it up and make sure that it was safe to keep. And I don't know why they would want to keep them, because there were still bloodstains on that sock monkey. It's horrible. Everybody's crying. Everybody's losing it, as we drag all this stuff out of the basement. And then we finally come down to a couch. The couch. Where it happened. See, basically, when the bullet went through the kid's head, he just slumped over on the couch. That's where he died. And so, we didn't think anything of it. Me and my dad, being two smart guys, we figured, well, the couch came into the basement. We can just take it out. So me and my dad got this heavy, blood-filled, blood-stained couch. And it was still wet with copious amounts of blood. As we play Tetris to try and figure out why can't we fit this bloody couch out the door. Me and my dad are yelling at each other. We're like, yo, your left, my left. No, your left. Okay, rotate it. Okay, shove that in through, and then let's try and rotate it around and move it out of here. Nothing. Nothing would work. And when I say nothing, I mean absolutely nothing. We could not get this couch out of the door. We later figured out that they had since remodeled the basement and the doors and everything. And there was no way to get that couch out of there, yet we had to get it out of there. So my dad goes back to the truck and gets out the chainsaw. We chainsaw and wire nip cut this couch apart. It's covered in blood, and there's blood inside everywhere, so it's not really like we were looking to inspect it. We were just trying to get it out the effing door. And why my dad took his half of the couch up, he runs into one of the moms. The mom of the kid that died. And he starts talking to her because he can't avoid it. She's asking questions. She's talking about this. She's talking about that. Meanwhile, I'm right behind my dad on the top of the stairs. I'm tired. I'm ready to get this couch out of the door. So I kind of, tell my dad, hey, I'm still got this couch here, move out the way. And as I come up the stairs, the last 2 or 3 stairs, and fit this half a couch through the door, my dad's still talking to the lady. He just kind of moved up a little bit. So I decide, man, this is too heavy. So I dropped the couch half on the ground, and I'm trying to gather my composure. What I didn't realize was the kid's brain actually did what's called a blow egg action. By having one hole over here and one hole over here, his entire brain was actually able to get sucked out of that hole in one piece and detach itself from the rest of the stem and then seep into the couch and fall inside. And the damn brain rolled out right in front of the mother's feet and stopped. As you can imagine, she starts screaming, she starts going crazy, she starts freaking out, and me and my dad go into freak out mode too. Like, we did not expect this at all in there. And so why my dad's on damage control, I'm trying to kind of scoop this up with my gloves. And I don't know if you guys know about a human brain, but after it's been sitting around for 2 or 3 days, it kind of starts turning into jello. So it started falling apart in my hands as I was trying to carry it over and take it away, from the mother's view and throw it away in the trash, but the damage had already been done. Yeah, I probably fucking scarred that lady for life. Still something I deal with to this day. But that's the kind of stuff that happens when you're doing homicide, suicide cleanups. You deal with some hardcore situations. You deal with some really heavy things every day. And it's just not fair to the people or to us, but it's no way you're ever going to make sense of it. Well, anyway, once again, if you've got any emotional issues and you're thinking about ending your life, or you think you want to be a badass and play with guns, just remember this. I clean up people that think that. So, be safe. Trust your judgment. If it's not safe, don't do it. And for God's sakes, be careful when you're playing with a gun. Really, don't even play with a gun ever. The only reason you should be pulling out a gun is to kill an animal or to kill a predator. Otherwise, you grease it and leave it alone. Everybody take care of each other and know that I love you all. Peace.